What's going on YouTube? Florida Man Knives here with a video that I'm excited for because I'm going to be unboxing a variant of my favorite knife, which is actually the Spyderco Dragonfly 2. Now this particular variant is something that's a little bit more special to me, and I'll get into that. I did already open the box as there was another knife in here which I will be doing a video on, but you can see if you're familiar with the recent Spyderco releases, again Dragonfly 2. But this one is going to be an S30V, and not just S30V, but the bright pink FRN handles. And I just am really especially excited for this one because my mom is actually a breast cancer survivor. So as soon as I saw that they were releasing this colorway, they announced it in a couple of videos late last year. I knew I had to get it. They do have this in the Delica as well, and they do make it with just the plain satin finish blade on both the Delica and the Dragonfly 2. Now this one, I did get the titanium carbon nitride coating, or the TICN coating, which is applied to both the blade, backspacer screws, and I believe the pocket clip as well. This is a little bit different from the diamond light coating, the DLC, that you're going to find on the USA made Spydercos, but all these Seiki City knives, to my knowledge, that are black coated are going to be, again, the titanium carbon nitride coating. So it's a Dragonfly 2. If you're not familiar, it's going to have an overall length of 5.58 inches. You are going to have a blade length of 2.28 inches and a handle length of around 3.3 inches. You can see right there, definitely a very small knife, but with that is going to be just an absolutely ridiculous weight, coming in at 1.16 ounces per my scale. I do think my scale might be off just around 0.04 ounces. I do know that these are supposed to be 1.2 ounces on the dot, but you know, sometimes there's a little bit of variation. FRN scales that are going to be just full, you know, not milled out in there is what I'm trying to say, but you don't really need that, of course. And they actually are pretty sturdy, you know, because it is such a short knife. You know, you really don't feel anything as far as, you know, that it's going to break or that it's not going to be tough enough when you are cutting things with it. Bringing out my Dragonfly 2 Salt, I've cut so many bait fish with this, cut through bone and, you know, all types of stuff. Rope, zip ties, of course, EDC tasks, and, you know, the Dragonfly 2, go watch my top 10 Spyderco knives video. It's my number one, and the reason for that is because this knife to me is just as capable as all my other knives for 90% of my EDC tasks. Now getting into this particular variant, you can see blade centering is pretty good. I'm sure that'll, you know, change over time as I do actually open these with my thumb, as opposed to Spidey flicking like 90% of my other ones. You can Spidey flick these when they are broken in. This one definitely still needs to be broken in, but just to display that, there we go. Not the easiest to do because it is such a small knife. And then, of course, solid gluster design here, and this is part of the QCAI, I know. So they have stepped it up, of course, from the original Dragonfly. And then one thing that I did want to note too is they have added the designer's emblem, Salad Gluster's maker's logo there. And, you know, they've done that from the first releases of the Dragonfly 2. Love this pink. It is definitely extremely vibrant, very bright, which is what they are going for. I know that they have released, I believe, a Delica in pink before, but if you're familiar with Spydercos, once they discontinue something, they do their best to never release that exact same color again or variant of something. So really love that they did this, and I will definitely be getting my mom one of these for sure as well. Ergonomics are fantastic. If you're not familiar with my channel, I actually have extra large hands, but oddly enough, the Delica, or the Dragonfly 2, excuse me, fits my hands perfectly. I love how they shaped the handle back here. Your pinky just falls right on that perfectly. Your middle two fingers fill up that space, and then you've got this really great four-finger choil with really nice jimping on both the spine and, of course, the blade side there. Full flat grind up here with this nice wedge. Man, S30V, as I said, And I don't know if I had already addressed it or not. The price on this one is $98, and the non-coated variant is going to be $87. Definitely, in my opinion, worth it for S30V. And just for me, this is a knife I will never sell. As I said, my mom is a breast cancer survivor, and this just, something that's really cool about this, I should have addressed this in the very beginning of the video, is this is a part, or what they do, I should say, with the proceeds of this knife is it goes towards the Pink Heals charity foundation, which Spyderco is affiliated with. And, just go check out their website and go look them up. And this knife, of course, is intended to really bring awareness to those who have been affected by breast cancer. And in addition to that, it's just a really, really gorgeous pink. Not necessarily a major fan of pink knives. I actually do have another pink knife. Give me a moment here. I have to get it out of my other knife case. And I need to do a video on this too, but it's going to be a little OTF right here that I actually got off of Grindworks. I think this was like $15, but there we go. Another pink knife there for comparison. And if you're not familiar with the Dragonfly 2, I will bring out a couple of other knives. As I was mentioning the Delica earlier, here is the standard Delica 4, and then I also do have the Spyderco Salt 2, which is basically the Delica. This one is actually my dad's, but I'm going to be putting a different pocket clip on there for him. And this was actually the first knife that I unboxed on the channel, so go check out my video there if you're curious. This thing has already been used to cut bait while fishing, as well as for EDC tasks. Fantastic. And then a couple of other Spydercos. The Delica is going to be extremely comparable in overall size to the Para 3 lightweight and standard model. And then to bring out just a couple of larger variants, you've got the Enduro, of course. This one is also in S30V. And then you do have the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Fantastic. So obviously the Dragonfly 2 is going to be one of the smallest Spydercos out there, and smaller than many other knives that are on the market. I do have the Meerkat, which is going to be virtually the same in overall size. I love the Meerkat, but I love the Dragonfly too, so that should be no surprise. The ergonomics are fantastic. And then to bring out a variant of another knife that will definitely be more in the size range, you've got the Victorinox Tinker. This one just so happens to be a Blade HQ exclusive Lobo Loco. But just a quick size comparison for all these knives if you're not familiar with the Dragonfly 2. And if you have made it this far into the video, definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this color combo. I really think the black looks excellent next to the pink. The standard silver blade I think looks pretty nice too, but just something about the black and pink combination, it really looks sharp. And even if you're not a fan of pink, you got to admit this is a good looking combo, for such a colorful knife, of course. And me, I love my colors, and I love the Spyderco Dragonfly too. I've actually been waiting to unbox this for a couple of days, so I am really excited now that I have, because I can start carrying it, which I definitely will. I have no problem with it being pink whatsoever. And yeah, it's a tool at the end of the day. So for me, it's just a little bit more personal, and this thing is definitely razor sharp. Let's check that. Oh yeah. That is very sharp. S30V, Seiki City, Japan, Spyderco, Sal Glesser design, the Dragonfly 2. Really appreciate everyone. I actually have reached 400 subscribers as well recently, which is fantastic. I just am really surprised. I'll make a video on that as well. But thank you all so much. And again, let me know what you think in the comments. And I hope everyone has a great week.